Hello, welcome back. I just wanted to catch up with you. So it's been a couple of weeks since we last spoke, and I've had my second, and it was really interesting. I had no reaction, no side effects, nothing. So I'm starting to think maybe I got the placebo or maybe I got the control, because I was expecting this, like what happened last time where I was on my deathbed and I was sick as a dog, but nothing. And I just thought, oh, that's really weird. So I'm feeling happy, like I'm actually feeling blessed. I'm not like going, oh, well, I missed out, don't really have much protection. If anything, I feel like, I was able to dodge the bullet as such. But yeah, it's really interesting, like, because a lot of people that I do talk to, they're like, oh, yeah, I still had side effects. It's like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. So who knows what's going on there? But whatever it is, maybe there was some protection from the Kundalini, or maybe my mindset was a bit different, perhaps. Who knows? But I feel just neutral when it all happened. I was like, oh, there's nothing. So I left it at that. But what I have been doing, I have been taking like other supplements just to sort of maintain my physical body's health, because I keep reminding myself I'm not the physical body. I know I'm not the physical body, but then we are in this vehicle as such. We are carrying this body around with us. So I feel in some way it's my duty to somewhat look after it to the best of my ability. So I think, well, what can I do? So I'm not a practitioner. I'm not telling you what, go and buy this stuff. This is just something that I do. And if it resonates with you, go for it. But I've been taking vitamin C chewable tablets. I really like those, every morning after breakfast. Just pop it in my mouth. Reminds me of my childhood where I used to do that quite a bit. Zinc, I think zinc's really important. That works really well with the vitamin C and also vitamin D. So I got this from overseas. It's Better You. It's 3,000 IU. So I don't know what that means, but it's 75 milligrams per daily serving. So all you're doing is you only get 100 doses, but you just spray inside your cheek. It's got like a peppermint sweet flavor. And yeah, that keeps up with vitamin D, because I think many of us work indoors. We're not really getting a lot of natural sunlight, so that helps. And we all have, I know for a fact that I have very low vitamin D, especially being of color as well. I don't absorb it as much, so I need a bit of vitamin D. And I also, this is my other little trick that I use. I got this from, it was like a honey farm, and it's called Propolis 40% and Manuka 100. So it's made in Australia. It's a dropper. And if I feel like a ticklish throat coming on, I just sort of either dilute it in water or just put a drop at the back of my throat. But it's got very good active ingredients because it carries the Manuka, which is really good for, any virus or microorganisms that are causing viruses in your throat, or any infections or ulcers as well. You can use it for that. So that's another little thing that I enjoy using, only when I need to. It's not a daily thing. Well, and the other thing I've recently got into was a lot of doctors are talking about this. It's quercetin, Quercetin. So it's it helps to support those supplements or vitamins, but on its own, you'd only take it if you feel like you're getting some sort of symptoms of a cold, or feeling like hay fever, or some sort of respiratory, a bit of it, like a cough or a tickle. So I think with this, you've got to sort of know that something's happening and then think, okay, I'll take it for a few days. And it's only needed once a day anyway, but do your research on it. But apparently it's very good for allergens, for your immunity, to help your immune system beef up a little bit. So that's something, and this is from overseas. Like there's a shortage in Australia, so I had to get this from overseas. But that's what I've been stocking up on and taking those when required. I also shuffled the cards. So I did my Kuan Yin just before. I did 3, so I did something really different because I wanted to know what I needed to know right now. So it was interesting. I got my favorite number again, number 29, which was sound your fierce flute. And this one, I'm just going to summarize it, but basically it's all about practicing discernment, which is what I really need help on, because, you know, everything I'm seeing in the political scene is just like, oh, it's just shocking. You know, it just either really annoys me or it gets me worked up. So I have to keep reminding myself, you know, you're in the game, you're playing in the Matrix. This is just an experience. Don't get so emotional about it. And I'm also trying to be hopeful that we, the people, can win this. We can win over the dark forces, over the elite that is just throwing all this these horrible things at us that we just have to put up with, and enough is enough. So, you know, hopefully we can win this battle, and I really do believe that. So this card is just saying discernment empowers you to make choices that are aligned with your spiritual intentions, like a fierce sounding flute cutting through all vibrations with purity and intent. Your discernment allows you to stay true to your values and spiritual destiny without getting caught up in distraction. If you wish to grow spiritually through love, joy, peace, and abundance, then discerning between higher and lower vibration choices is helpful. Like, that is absolutely on the money. Like, I do need to practice not getting caught up in the low vibration and really focusing on my own frequency. Yeah, so that was for me. Then I asked the cards, show me a card that I can start to use. What's my future? Like, what's coming up for us? How can we prepare ourselves? So then I got number 22. So again, double number, which is quite good. Can you see that? Yes. So that one is Princess of the Autumn Harvest. So the Princess of the Autumn Harvest brings gifts of bounty and blessings for efforts and actions of the past. It is time when a fruit of labours is ripe for the picking. A beautiful blessing is on its way to you now. This may come in the form of a spiritual gift, an opportunity, a windfall of abundance, a significant relationship or important friendship, and more. With gratitude in your heart, you will recognize the blessings when it comes to you, and it will serve you perfectly. So be open to receive it, knowing it is justly deserved. So when I look at that, I'm thinking, okay, maybe through all this breakdown, there's going to be the breakthrough, and the breakthrough will be the gift. Oh, don't know what that was. We've got fireworks going on. I don't know, this area where I live, they just love to do illegal fireworks. Anyway. Yeah, so I hope that is something for us to look forward to. And I feel like December, things are going to happen. Like, we are now seeing all the crap come to the surface, all the lies, the deception is getting exposed. And I feel like finally good will come our way in December if we just hang on. So that's the second card. The third question I asked is, what does the collective need to know? What can the collective work towards? And then I got another, this is amazing, a double number again, 33, which is 10 Sisters of Light. So when I go to 33, that says, you are an advanced soul and have lived many incarnations, shone your light through many different faces. Your soul has learned many skills in past lives, developed abilities and talents. This lifetime is accumulating lifetime in the sense that your soul is drawing together potencies developed over many lifetimes into unified expression. It is like drawing on the power of the 10 sisters or more into your one current lifetime. Be prepared to grow and shine, beloved. And I like the prayer. Divine Kuan Yin, Om Namaha. I now call upon the 10 sisters of light that love me unconditionally. I call upon your grace, protection, and assistance now in releasing past life wounds and patterns, so that more of my soul light can manifest in the present time. Please bless this process with your mercy, compassion, and grace. Thank you, beloveds. Om Mani Padme Hum. There's some really important things here. Be patient, open, and trusting of this journey. It is an intense time of spiritual growth. As in the integration, there is also shedding of old issues and pain that no longer serves you. It is good to let this go. You are being asked to encourage the activation of past life abilities in your current lifetime by letting go of past pain and issues, even if you are not conscious fully or what they are. Through releasing pain with the breath out of the heart chakras and anywhere else in the body or energy field, you intuitively feel to do so. From the space created, the soul light will shine, and the light of incarnations past, including talents and abilities developed therein, shall shine through now. This oracle is also guidance that in your life at present there is a past life pattern or contract strongly operating. This is neither good or bad, and it's helping you to grow either in a supportive way or in a way that is challenging you to become stronger. This past life contract may arise in the form of a teacher, a relationship, or teaching. It may resolve itself by receiving the teaching or letting go of the relationship, or accepting a new relationship in your life, or even letting go of a philosophy or teaching so that you may expand your awareness with a different teaching that helps you access the wisdom you need for your growth at this particular phase of your journey. This may be very different to what you needed some years or even months ago, and that is fine. It is up to you to trust your heart and discern what feels true for you. Remember, you are one being with the eternal soul, and that being has many faces, just like the 10 sisters of light. And you have various skills and talents, and you can enjoy allowing the process of their return to you now and the integration of healing of a past life pattern into new expression. I like this card because that is really what's happening right now. Everybody is dealing as a collective with their own shadows. We're all getting triggered in different ways. And this is asking us now to trust the journey. We're all going to be at different phases of our journey. We're all going to move to either different levels of consciousness in this journey. Some of us may stay as in the 3D and still hold on to those conditions and programs and not want to let go. We want to look up to our government as the hierarchy, as the father figure. But many of us are just now going, nah, I'm over that. A lot of us that are protesting are sitting in polarity. We're seeing the BS that is unfolding, and we disagree with it, and we're fighting to have our sovereignty, to claim our freedom. And then there's many of us that are in the 5D, and there's no need for us to protest. We are just waiting for the rest of the crowd to join us in this state of love frequency, of forgiveness, of discernment. And the 6D is now creating our new reality. What can we do with this? Do we start all over again? How do we dismantle what we're living with right now and create a new way of governing ourselves? You know, so anything's possible. But it's always about not being hard on everybody else. Just focus on your journey, because we're all here at different places, at different phases, with all different past life experience. And what's happening, all of us are stuck in a loop somehow. There's a pattern, and until we consciously wake up and say, oh, I'm not doing that anymore, and do something different, then we can change. But we can't expect everyone to come up with us. They've got to be able to first consciously become aware that they're locked in this matrix, that they're locked in a toxic environment that has lied to us. So we have to be willing to go through our own death of the ego and then go, okay, I'm ready to unlearn everything and start over again, and to be curious and to be leaning into it and saying, and what can I learn about myself today? How can I see this in a different light? Why am I getting triggered by this? But I've realized that there's no point getting frustrated with the others that feel like they're behind and they're not understanding my point of view or your point of view. It's almost like you just have to focus on your own journey, and just be the role model. And people might go, oh yeah, I want to experience that. Tell me what you do. But there's no point trying to change people's opinion. It is what it is, and everybody's at different phases, and we're all interconnected. I was that 20 years ago. I was that 10 years ago. So who am I to say that so-and-so needs to be where I am? I mean, I've had a lot of different experience to get to this point, so I've learned that this is just the 3D experience. I asked to be part of this. I wanted to experience this with my full 5 senses. I wanted to, it's like a huge movie set that we're working and living on, and it's just like I get to choose how I show up. I get to choose how I experience this moment. And I keep reminding myself, it's like a game. It's a game. It's a big, big game. So I try not to get too emotional about it. We're all playing a role in this. And it's just learning to just sit back and just checking in. Am I safe right now? Yeah. Have I got clothes on my back? Yeah. Have I got, money to live with? I've got food on the table. I've got food in my fridge. Yeah. It's like I'm just staying in the now, because if I keep thinking about, oh, this could happen and these things could happen and these mandates could enforce on this and that, it just drives you insane. So you just have to just stay here, stay in the now, stay in the now. Is it affecting my now? No. Okay, cool. And the other thing I did, oh yes, I've got this beautiful ring. So I treated myself after 21 years of marriage. I decided I need a new ring. So this is my new ring and I'm loving it. It's really beautiful. I got it from Crystal Wonderland. And then when I went into the shop, I just sort of walked around and I was just looking at what they've got. And I don't know, I was drawn to this ring and this stone. And it's a Larimar stone. I'm just going to read it out. So it's known as the Atlantis stone, or the dolphin stone. It's really good for your throat chakra. It has a combination of energies from the sea and the sky. It's very relaxing. It just creates that beautiful yin yang of harmony, being grounded, being off your natural state. It embodies the goddess or divine energy, feminine energy. It's great for emotional honesty and setting up boundaries. And it also aids in contacting angels and helping with your spiritual ascension process. Now, I did not know that at the time. I was just drawn to the stone because there was other things there. There was like the clear quartz, and there was the pink, the love quartz and the amethyst. But for some reason, I just kept going towards this one, and I just trusted my inner compass to say, Suzanne, just get it. Don't hesitate. You can afford it. Just do it. And then when I got home, I wanted to learn about it because, like, why would I be so drawn to this stone and this particular one? And it kind of makes sense. I can see that I'm still doing a lot of work on my throat chakra. I'm still doing a lot of work on this area of my body to, raise my frequency and just speak my truth and not hold back and not feel like I have to dim myself. So I think it was a sort of like a early Christmas present, but also an anniversary gift to myself. And yeah, I've noticed that when I do wear it, I just feel very calm. I thought I might wear it today whilst I do some light codes just to help activate it. But I have been resting it with my cell. I've got a clear quartz, and I just sort of rested on that just to sort of calibrate it. And that's it. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. But I'm also going to do some light codes just for myself to open up, and anyone else that might be feeling a little bit heavy. I think all our chakras need a lot of work right now. There's a lot of revelations. There's a lot of things that are coming to the surface, and it's almost like shocking. It's just like, oh my gosh, what more could I read about today? What more will I see on my YouTube newsfeed? And I've been listening to a lot of channelers and other gurus, and they were all in agreement. We are in the cusp of this conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter, and as we head and make our way to the age of Aquarius, which also started in last December anyway, the 20th of December 2020, but now we're sort of finalizing that cycle. That cycle's coming to an end. And they're all saying that there is going to be some climax to this. This heaviness is happening for a reason. This is all the collective experiencing the shadows. It's all part of the collective working through their ascension process. Some of us will go to the next level of the dimension, to the 4D, to the 5D, and some of us won't. Some of us are happy to stay in the 3D, in servitude, enslaved in this matrix that is run by rules and the elite, and conditioned us to just follow the government or follow the leaders of our country and think that they are right, and they have the right to govern our bodies. But then many of us have woken, and you can just see it around the world. All these protests that are going on is the pushback to say, no, I want to be a sovereign being. I want to be able to decide what I do for myself and for my body. And that is how I claim my wholeness. And so, when I look at the protests, I can see, these are the fourth dimension. Like, it's that knowing that, no, I need to, stand up for my rights. And then the 5D is like, when you get to that place, it's almost like this frequency of just emanating love. And people that have gone to the Melbourne protests just go, wow, the energy in the crowd is just of love. It's just a beautiful energy. It's not aggressive. It's not there to make anyone feel uncomfortable or angry. If anything, it's passion. It's driven with intention. It's driven with a love frequency, because people are uniting. It's just beautiful. And then the fifth dimension is then coming to that place where you can just be the spectator and not get too caught up in the right and the wrong and the good and the bad, and just go, okay, here I am. I am the observer of this experience. I get to choose how I show up in the experience. I get to choose how I show up in this matrix. And you are a participant. Yeah, you're leaning in, you're curious, you're open to what shows up rather than resisting and pushing it away. It's a big difference. 3D, you're in resistance. It's ego driven. It's the false self. 5D is, I see what's going on here. I can choose to participate, or I can choose to be the observer. So it's a little bit different. Not easy, but that's how to recognize where you're sitting. Okay, so today I just want to do some light codes just to help with this opening up the chakras. I feel that there's a lot of worry in our heads, probably. There's a lot of probably blocked energy in our throats, because many of us are still not speaking our truth, or feeling that we need to dim ourselves to fit in the crowd. I feel our heart needs to open up right now, just be forgiving and find compassion and empathy for what's happening right now, especially around Australia and, different tribes that are Indigenous people, that what they're going through, the trauma, and we're experiencing the trauma. And, there's been some shocking revelations in the last few days that I'm just like, wow, never thought this, in my lifetime. But I've realized, wow, we are just the Van Diemen's land. Like, it really is. There's some really dark stuff going on right now. but I'm just trying to find the light. I'm just trying to sort of stay grounded and hopeful that we, the people, can rise up and stay united and shine the light and just shoo away the dark force. Just hold the line, basically. So that's what I'm going to call for. I'm going to set my intention today to bring in my light codes that will help open up all the chakras, bring in some divine light and healing. I want to be connected to light source energy, to Christ consciousness, to Kuan Yin, thanking her always for her divine feminine, also activating the Larimar stone so that it can help also with healing. And let's just see what comes through. It doesn't have to go for long, just a few minutes, just to have an intense healing through all my chakras, and just see where this goes. Oshatama ashatatara kita oma shatatara oshama makate karshita masha. Oshatama ashitaka ama shutotama ashutotama ko omarakita karkara. Okamaraka korama shikama chutama ashatatora mikita ashutotama ashata. Oshatama kita korakshishama torama ashataka. O marakata chonama ama shatata ema hayototormi akatorama ashatatama. Akatarma ashatatara mika para chutamara ima yetotarma ishatara ishotoro. O matara kakamortatara ma ashotatara mikitakara hashotara. Ekarakutamara yetotoro uka ashata. Orotatama ashatatara kitakara ashatana. Otatamara kitakara korma ashatara ma ayototora mikitakara. Oikarakotaya. Ashatara kikakara ma ashatatara. Oh. Ikarama shatatara kikatotarama ashitaraka. Okatamaraka karaka shutatarme kortama shutatar kikamaraka korama ashitata. Okatamaraka tokarama shitakara shutamaraka karakashimata. Akotaramaka tokarama shatata karakamota kahamatake. Ashutatar kitatar korma kata amarkata okamatata kita hashatata. Okama shatata kerekera kortama shutatar kormata korotapa ashutaramikita karakota mahita. Okaramai kutokorokotama kutokorokotama kitakora mashata a. Okarnama ashita torokarima katakrakoramayata. Akatarama shataka amashita karakota ba aishita torkita karakorokoto shita toramikatara aishita tamashita tokoroma ashitoro. Okatarama katorikata ashita tokorama ashita torakita korogo. Okatama ashataraki oma shatatara aishatarama akataraka hitchatarama shatata. Oko amaka ashatatara. Orakatakata shatatama kata ashatara orotama ashitara orotama ashatatara rikita moshatatara orotama a. Oratamara takari horama hashatatara hera hashatatama eka ashatarami katara a. Ashatatama eka ashatata mintakata ashatakarama ashatatiki ashatatama ashatataka ayatatarama tatatara hashata. Ashatatama kitakaratama ashatatarama hishatatara ashatata. Ashatatarama ashatata ashatataka mikarikatakara hashata. Shatatarama katarakarita. Animatar caricata shosata shatatarama haisoy. Ashatatara hitara hitatarama kotororo totorama hashato. Shatatarama I ashatatara kitakarichu shatatara kutakarakarama. Ashatatarama ashihe. Ashatarako. Shasha Bindera, Bindera Shasha. Namaste. Coming back from the 8th dimension back into the 3rd dimension. Now show me. So, thank you once again for allowing me to share this time with you, and I hope everything works out for you in whatever you're setting your intention for, and just keep staying present, keep staying focused on your health and well-being, looking after your mind, your heart, your soul, and your emotional stability that is so important right now. Everything is in the mind, and opening up the third eye and just following your inner compass. You know, your inner compass, your higher self is the divine self. Like, follow it, because it will give you all the answers that you need to, follow through with. So yeah, so good luck, and I shall catch up with you very soon. Take care. Namaste.